Hey folks, welcome back to Ouija's Backyard Barbecue. Today we're going to keep it simple, hot, and fast. We are doing two St. Louis style ribs here, and I'm not going to do anything fancy. Simple, very simple actually. And we're not going to peel the membrane off or anything like that. I'm going to be cooking hot and fast today, probably about 300. Some people like to score. Some people like to peel the membrane off. Hot and fast, you really don't got to do anything. But if you are going to score, just a couple slices, through there and leave it. I'm not going to do this one. But I am going to take some of this fat off here from these St. Louis style ribs and just cut all that off, season it up, and throw it into the smoker. Pretty standard. There's really nothing to cooking ribs. It's pretty easy. So if you're not, familiar with smoking or anything like that, ribs are pretty. Well, I think ribs are pretty easy. There are just a million different ways to do them, and some people do them at 225, 250. I'm going to take some of this off. This is just a flap up here. I'm going to just cut a bone or two off of here, just to square it up a little bit. But yeah, some people do 225. Some people do 250. I have a Lone Star grill. So my Lone Star grills, I ain't got to worry about the smoke because that thing smokes constantly, no matter what the temperature is. Like I said, I'm going 300, 300 right on the dot with that. If you can see that, and because I'm getting a kind of a late start, and I want to have these for dinner for me and Colleen. We're gonna just cook these up, and I'll save some of this stuff for something else. But yeah, get rid of some of this fat, so it's not going to be super chewy when we bite into it later on. But like I said, with the hot and fast method, a lot of this stuff will render right off. So, like I said, just keeping it simple. As far as my rubs, I'm going to try two different rubs I got the other day. I went to my buddy's store over in, if you're from Western New York area, Big Bear Barbecue out in Depew, New York. He's got a whole bunch of stuff going on there as far as rubs. He's got some kettle grills that he's got going for sale. So if you know somebody who wants a grill for smoking or barbecuing, stop over at Big Bear Barbecue. He's got them. I think they're like 300, something like that. But these are nice grills. I could be mistaken on the price, maybe $3.99 or whatever. But if you got somebody who likes to smoke and grill, try that out. I'm probably going to get one just because I want to start doing competitions, and I can't take this monster. I only got a trailer, and this thing weighs like 450 pounds. So I'm not going to take this. So it's a nice kettle. It's got all the bells and whistles with it. So you won't be disappointed with that. And once again, if you're here in the Western New York area, Buffalo, he's got them there at his shop, Big Bear Barbecue. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do with these. Pretty simple. Looks good. This side looks pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. I might trim a little bit of this off here on the top, just to keep it square. Make sure you don't get a bone like I just did. There you go. That's better. Boom. Looks good. This side is looking good also. Not bad at all. And like I said, I'm going to keep this simple. Take one of my gloves off here. As a binder, sometimes I use a binder. Depends how much moisture are on these things. I use sometimes duck fat. Today I'm just going to do a mustard binder. That's kind of what everybody else uses. It just You can't taste it. It's just a binder to get the rubs to stick. So it doesn't really do nothing. It's just, like I said, a binder just to get your rubs to stay on there a little better. So, like I said, today I am going to use the Big Bear Honey Pot Pepper. It's a new rub that my friend Joseph Green just came out with, from Big Bear Barbecue. It's his store. I always say support your local shops. You can go to your big markets, Wally Greens, Walmart, whatever you want to call it, and get stuff a lot cheaper. But I mean, chain to chain, they're always going to have their business. You got to support the little guy. So I went out and bought his rub. First time using it, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm just going to toss a little bit on here. He says it's pretty good. I mean, I trust him. He's a good guy. Does a lot of barbecue competitions from his shop. I did one last month. It was my first competition. And I didn't do too bad. I mean, there were people there who had more experience than I have, obviously. And I did a chili cook-off and chicken wings. I love my chili. But my chili came out in the middle of the road. I was placed 7th in my chili. And my chicken wings, I think I placed 5th. Apparently, they were just a little too spicy. What are you going to say? I guess different people, different palates. But yeah, a little too spicy, they said. So next time I know I got to kick it down. Take it down a notch. So we'll see. All right, so like I said, my second rub is Lane's Sweet Heat. I haven't used this rub, so it's my first time using it. I'm going to mix this with the Big Bear barbecue rub and just add both in here. Get it going. Looks like it should give me some good color too. Don't pat it, or don't rub it. You gotta pat it. You see people wearing those T-shirts about liking their butts rubbed. You don't do that. You gotta pat it. No rubbing, if you know what I mean. And flip it over. Do the same thing on this side. I said, pretty simple. Oh, running out of mustard, so I can get a little bit on here. It doesn't take much. That should do it. There you go. Don't really need a lot, so that's perfect. I can toss this. Big Bear Barbecue. Let's see what the blurb is on this thing. It says meat, honey pot pepper, sweet like a bear's favorite snack with a spicy wildfire kick. It's the perfect blend of honey and heat, ready to turn your barbecue into a wild adventure. Pretty sweet. Big Bear Barbecue. All right. So I'm not going to throw these into the smoker right away. I'm going to let them sit for a good 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes I do these overnight, but you really don't have to keep these overnight in the fridge with the seasoning. It just need to let it sweat out 15, 20 minutes and you're good to go. Once the seasoning's on there, you're fine. I had one guy say, man, you do your seasoning different as far as putting it on. Some people, you get these professionals, I'll call them, they're way up here doing this, which is fine, You want to get seasoning all over the place. I always say, yeah, I'll do that. I always forget. I end up down here doing this, you know. Don't forget the sides. Really not much to do there. I think later on this week or next week, I'm going to try. They got some brisket flats on sale. And my buddy Joe, he bought one. That sucker was a big flat. And I think they left a good portion of the point on there because it had a nice decal on the back of it. I'm like, wow, that's a decent looking size flat brisket. So I might have to stop and get me one. So pretty much that's it for our seasoning. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit, let it sweat, and then I'll put it into my grill. Now, also, what I do is I'm not going to wrap these. I'm going to let them go full bore all the way through to they're done. I'll spritz them with apple cider vinegar, apple juice, water, whatever. And then when they're done is when I'll wrap it. And I'm going to use this Heath Riles butter bath and wrap. So I'm going to wrap it in this stuff, probably let it sit for an hour or so or 2 hours. I'll keep them, warm in the smoker and go from there. We'll have them for dinner, hopefully within the next 5 hours. Now, I'm doing regular ribs. I'm not doing party ribs. I did those before. Turned out good. Traditional. I keep it simple. Boom. Don't got to cut them up until we're ready to eat. So that's pretty much it. From Ouija's Backyard Barbecue, thanks for joining me. I will show you later on as I put them back into the smoker and wrap them in the butter bath. And pretty much that's it. But like I said, Lone Star Grills, 300 degrees, hot and fast. They'll be done hopefully within the next 4 hours. Usually ribs are anywhere between 4 and 7, depends on how slow you go. Slow and low, but I'm going hot and fast. I think 300 is perfect temperature for that. I'll get them in there and I'll show you later on what they look like. All right. So once again, thank you. Ouija's Backyard Barbecue. Subscribe, comment, like, share. I want to try to grow this channel. I know I haven't been out here a lot. Sometimes life gets in the way of things, but I do this as a hobby. If you guys like this, cool. I'm not looking to get nothing out of it right now. I'm still learning. So that's it. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you later. All right. Welcome back to Ouija's Backyard Barbecue. We're going to take a quick look. You see these been going on. They're about 300. And here you go. Not bad looking at all. I am going to wrap these. I'm guessing they're pretty much done. But I am going to wrap to get some butter on that bad boy and go from there with a little bit of sauce. So probably another hour we'll be eating. Those are the ribs. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here we go, folks. I'm going to take one of these out. Oh, yeah. And here we go. What I'm going to do is give it a quick butter bath and then rewrap it. For maybe half hour or so. But I'm going to soak the heck out of this thing. Inside and outside. This is what they call a butter bath. I'm actually going to take this lid off because there's some chunks in here. There you go. It's a butter bath with a little bit of barbecue sauce mixed in with it. We'll throw it back into the smoker. Let it go for about another half hour or so. And she'll be good to go. It's gonna taste yummy. Pretty much it. I'll be throwing it back into the smoker and get the other one ready. Weedy's Backyard Barbecue. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, so I got these in the house. I am just going to let them cool for a little bit before I cut them, but look at those. I tell you what, I got some of that on my fingers and I licked it off and it just tastes amazing. Don't need any sauce whatsoever on them, but hey, you know, we might throw something on there. But these bad boys look and taste really good. When I say taste, what I got on my fingers as I was flipping them over. But look at that. I haven't done ribs in a while, but they look good. I'll let you know when we cut into them, give them a taste test, let Colleen tell you what she thinks, and we'll go from there. Weedy's Backyard Barbecue. Well, there it is. All nice and cut up. I am going to take a slice out of the center here and take a bite. Pretty decent smoke ring. Let's see how it goes. Not bad. Right to the bone. That's some good eating. Weedy's Backyard Barbecue. Let's take a look at that down there. That is good.